Dear Grace, I'm going to attempt the second recording for today. So hopefully I can get ahead one again. Back at the noisy train station. But later at night, so it shouldn't be too bad. Fatal White Rock stabbing leaves victim's friend in shock. I think that's kind of obvious. I think more likely the victim's friend is pissed off that the fatal stabbing suspect is still on the loose. I hate mainstream news. Actually, I just hate some of the way they fucking word things. It's chaos. Cottage owners rush to sell ahead of capital gain. We need a no capital gains tax filter on this thing. Or I could just read it ahead of time, but that seems like a lot of work. Someone's whistling at me. 6 burning questions facing the Toronto Police Service in the wake of the Umar Zamir verdict. I should read about that. You'd have to ask him. Counselors shrug at colleagues' remote participation in public hearing. Probably not good that I'm looking at the time a minute in, but let's go on world. Sick of Canada. Alaska plane crash. Here we go. Pilot reported fire on board plane carrying fuel. That's not good. See, there goes CTV News. What does everyone want to know? Did the guy live or not? One of the 2 pilots of an airplane that was laden with fuel reported a fire aboard shortly before the aircraft crashed and burned outside Fairbanks, killing both of them. Okay, that's what people want to know. Why? I don't know, but deal with it, CTV. Maybe we'll just make this a podcast about how much I hate Canadian mainstream news. That's too boring for you, Grace. Trudeau tight-lipped on potential U.S. TikTok ban as key bill passes. It's like they could actually stop anyone with any sense from getting anything on the internet anywhere they want. So all that's a big waste of time and money, in my opinion. A view from inside Columbia's campus at U.S. students protest. Arizona takes major step toward repealing near total abortion ban from 1864. Jesus. They take their anti-abortion pretty serious there. Ukraine wins bipartisan U.S. support, strikes Russia from afar. Russia-U.S. clash at UN over nuclear weapons in space, which I started to explain yesterday and I still agree with. Well, not yesterday, earlier today, but this will come out the day after, so technically kind of makes it yesterday. The only thing I'm revising is, let's say China, U.S., Russia say that's it, we're done with war. We're going to actually do some good in this world. We're going to give all of our nuclear weapons to Elon Musk or Leon Smuck, whichever one. Because we trust him. He's not going to send the uranium. Elon knows what to do. I'm not going to tell him what to do. Then keep your conventional weapons. Keep your conventional weapons for a while. And then any country that's stupid enough to bomb another country, bomb their parliament. force them to rebuild. If your parliament members happen to be sitting in there, well, I guess they shouldn't have bombed the other country. And then you have nuclear deterrent for the entire world. As long as 3 countries can agree. And by countries, I mean actual citizens of the countries. So if the citizens of China, the US, and Russia all said, you know what, we all have enough land, there's lots of undeveloped land, we're good. And instead of spending all this money on potential war, we have the technology now. It would only take literally a handful of people and an arsenal of weapons to destroy any city on Earth. And then everyone that's in the military in all those countries can do what they really want to do. It's just a thought. U.S. secretly sent long-range missiles to Ukraine for its fight with Russia. I read that earlier. And let's go to technology, Grace. Maybe the scientists haven't fucked up too much today. I'll be the first comedian that every single scientist hates. I'll be counseled by scientists. Apple iPad Air 2024 insider makes hasty U-turn on new feature. Woman who left beaten dad on floor for 2 days was overwhelmed with his care, judge told. The ultimate recap of Sea Otter 2024. Stellar Blade release time. The countdown to the new PS5 action RGP is on. The making and unmaking of Violent Men. Miglenia Todorova. Ideas with Boy, I have troubles with anything but English. A big piece of Saskatoon airline history departing for Lethbridge. Anchor USB C717 chargers now 50% off for a limited time. Stellar Blade in game art referencing racial slur will be removed, says Sony. Gary's Mod is removing 20 years worth of Nintendo-related items from its Steam workshop following takedown request. Exclusive Vivo X100 leaks ahead of May debut. It's a phone. Bacteria engineered for climate-neutral chemicals of the future. Cleaning up with bamboo. The story of a little BC company that could. Yeah, I could write this shit so fucking easily. Qualcomm is expanding its next-gen laptop chip line with the Snapdragon X Plus. AI to help you game. Gigabyte launches AI-powered 49-inch ultra-wide curved OLED gaming monitor. Can you get me one of those, Grace? And an Xbox or whatever. How much would you pay to attend your dream concert? our guide to the best fire pits in Canada in 2024 and where to get them. Our guide? You guys have to create a committee? I'm a little snarky today, Grace. Electric vehicle maker Polestar is making a smartphone as a companion to its cars. Fallout 4. Tenna reveals key specs of upcoming OPA A3 GSM Arena.com news. WhatsApp for iOS is rolling out passwordless logins with passkeys. How fucking dare they? Zero-day exploits hit Crush FTP. Researchers expect rapid exploitation. I don't think I've used FTP in Fire 6, maybe 7 years. Just in case you're wondering, Grace, because I'm assuming that was exactly what's in your head. Oh, applause break. I swear for the rest of my life I won't be able to sleep without that fucking train in the background. Grace. Apple's lead marketer for new Vision Pro headset retires. Well, I guess he did a good job. Or she. Important updates regarding the Bob Burney Arena. Google makes a new sale offer to more Pixel 8 buyers. Scientists create... Let's try health. Then we'll go to science. Fuck with the scientists. I'm not going to take all of my frustration out on scientists. AHS confirms case of measles in Edmonton. Yep, measles happened. Get over it. U.S. tightens rules for dairy cows a day after bird flu virus fragments found in pasteurized milk samples. Pretty sure we can find any virus you want in almost fucking anything if you look hard enough. April 22nd to 30th is Immunization Awareness Week. Yeah, because it hasn't been in the fucking news since COVID. HIV/AIDS on the rise in Canada. Oh, HIV/AIDS on the rise in Canada. Which is it? Because there's a big difference. Island Health encourages higher immunization rates as measles cases rise in Canada. Why don't they report... If I wasn't lazy, I'd Google how many people die a year from measles in Canada, but I'm too lazy, so fuck it. HKPR Health Unit to issue 2,000 student suspensions for incomplete immunizations. Organ transplant, pig kidney combined with heart pump. Living kidneys transplant recipient aims to break down barriers. Canadian doctors are using outdated guidelines to screen for cancer, experts warn. Bridging Gaps in Diabetes Care, UHN Foundation. Sask Health Ministry reminds people about the risk of hantavirus. People must just be scared shitless of fucking everything that can kill them. Mobile primary care clinics in Bridgewater. More doctors can prescribe a leading addiction treatment. Why aren't more people getting help? More doctors can prescribe a leading addiction treatment. Why aren't more people getting help? Let's find out. Maybe we'll have something to read here. More doctor. Why aren't people getting help? Let's find out what it is first. Tabs of buprenorphine. Wow, that needs a better name. I need this whole fucking prescribing thing too. Like everyone mixes every medication. I mean, how would they ever fucking know? So to make you jump through hoops to get a prescription from a doctor, I mean, if this can help addiction, then why are they selling it over the fucking counter? Fucking retards. I mean, if there's no major side effects, sell the fucking shit over the counter. Idiots. Your voice matters. How patient feedback is shaping healthcare. Yeah, who's listening? Doctors do what they want. Simple as that. Doctors doctor by their personality, not by any stringent guidelines, in my opinion. Virtual clinics, I'll just keep saying in my opinion, and then I can't get sued ever. Just like those guys that always say allegedly. Virtual clinics prescribe safer supply drugs to people as opioid crisis deepens. See, there you go. They can do it anyways, give them something safer. Additional testing for fatal wildlife disease discovery near Cranbrook comes back negative. Interior Health delivers nearly 800,000 immunization doses in 2023. Holy fuck. I know Interior Health doesn't cover that many. They barely cover that many people. They just jab them left and right up there in Interior Health. Give it. New technology advancing cancer care for women at Southlake. That's good. Malnutrition, not as common as you think, our communities. I've done 1 day of my fast, Grace. Or let's say 24 hours of fasting. Wait. Maybe a little more. 24 hours and some. We'll keep going until I get on stage or you show up. But speaking of fasting, you don't get malnutrition when you don't eat, because your body already has everything stored that it needs. So fat is the perfect food. See, the audience agrees with me. Concern about misuse and abuse of diabetes drugs. Someone taking too much metformin, trying to lose weight, keeping the old blood sugar down. Allergies can make you miserable. That's my problem, Grace. I have allergies. Can you hear it in my voice? Allergies can make you miserable. Here's how to track pollen levels near you. Sniff. Nanaimo Hospital for Foundation fundraising for cancer diagnostic tool. Nanaimo. Why can't I say that word, Grace? I've fucking been there. Nanaimo. Alright, moisture break. Nanaimo Hospital Foundation fundraising for cancer diagnostic tool. I mean, if we have to treat cancer anyways, why do we have to fundraise? Buy the fucking tool and catch it early, and then we don't have to spend all the money in the back end. Not natural. National Immunization Awareness Week. Pfizer Canada and McMaster to foster health equity in vaccine science. How about just Pfizer open up their entire fucking company to investigative reporters, see what they're really fucking doing in there, and seeing if they're really helping humanity or they're just a bunch of cunts. Just my opinion. Male infertility. What you should know. I only wish. I'm sure my boys are working just fine. Maybe I should go get a vasectomy, Grace. Why are some men in denial? Peel region. Sorry, 1 second. Getting dark. Peel region has a major childhood vaccination backlog. Well, jab everyone with COVID, and then you can't jab them with the other ones. Pretty sure Grace doctors are gonna hate me too, but that's fine. Woman nearly dies and develops psychosis after stomach ache turned out to be much worse. So the doctors fucked up? Turns out to be gallstones. Says she nearly died and developed psychosis after being diagnosed with gallstones, which she first thought was a severe stomachache. Nicole E. Basta receives a Rising Star Award from Sabine Vaccine Institute, McGill reporter. Exploring why pneumococcal pneumonia can create a heavy health and cost burden. Learn the risks of fit 25-year-old's cough. Sorry, pause break. Fit 25-year-old's cough was the first sign of non-Hodgkin lymphoma, smacked in the face with the news. These changes in eating habits can be a warning sign of dementia and Alzheimer's disease, experts say. See, again, that's all the shit we need to get into AI. Oh, and then everyone record what they do every single second of the day and put that into AI anonymously. And then maybe these scientists can figure out what the fuck to do. They clearly don't have the data they need, in my opinion. SpaceX launch marks 300th successful booster landing. That's actually really cool. Giant prehistoric salmon had tusk-like teeth for defense. Building nests. Study. Interview with CBC about the Voyager 1 interstellar software repair, astrobiology. I wonder what today's programmers, I wonder if a guy just coming out of MIT could understand that code, or if they're take an old fuck like me who was around when they're programming it. That's what I wonder, Grace. Wildlife Wednesday. Loons are suffering as water clarity diminishes. Signs of spider phenomenon on Mars. Exploring ecological networks in a digital world. News, Vancouver Island University, Canada. There's tags in there. NASA flyby reveals lava lake, Steeple Mountain on a volcanic world in our solar system. Researchers find oldest undisputed evidence of Earth's magnetic field. Well, apparently it was here before Earth got here, so something like that. Let's see, technology. Did that. Business, don't care about. Let's try following. Following. Yeah, let's get some mainstream news. More sick. No more. Yeah, I did that one. And Edmonton councillor at the center of an anonymous letter sent to province speaks out. Ah, this looks good. Some whistleblowing. Because of course, it's not like the news would actually find this story. The mainstream news. Edmonton councillor at the center of an anonymous letter sent to province speaks out. Alright, almost exactly. This has got some gossip here going. White Rock Mayor, homicide investigators, and RCMP to provide update on deadly stabbing. Watch live. Almost exactly 1 month after Alberta Premier Danielle Smith spoke publicly about a letter that she said raised concerns about the city of Edmonton, Global News has obtained the document. In it, the person raises a concern. No fucking thanks, Global. Jesus. In it, the person raises concern about Ward Councillor Karen Tang. Tang's husband is a co-founder of a non-profit organization. That group received a sponsorship from an Edmonton technology organization. That technology organization later leased land from the city of Edmonton as part of the Edmonton Research Park development. Tang attended a March 23, 2022 executive committee meeting where councillors discussed the Edmonton Research Park, which is in Tang's ward. She asked questions to multiple speakers, including representatives of the technology organization in question. I observed that Councillor Tang went out of her way to procure information for the public that would be specifically benefit the company, the anonymous letter says. Second, she also went out of her way to attend the meetings, ask questions, and shape committee and council discussions that lead to a favorable lease and purchase agreement, the person wrote. It's getting too boring. I want some good gossip. Paleontology. Except well-preserved shark fossils from the time of the dinosaurs identified. Exceptionally well-preserved shark fossils from the time of the dinosaurs identified in Mexico. Giant prehistoric salmon had tusk-like teeth. I'll read that 2 more times. Terrifying large snakes. Fragility on display at new Kelowna Art Gallery exhibition, Kelowna News. Local leaders. Opinion: every tech tool in the classroom should be ruthlessly evaluated. Chicago Museum says investigators have no evidence art was looted. Alright, I'm shivering, so I'm to go home and do the last 30 minutes at home. Talk to you in a bit, Grace. Alright, I'm resuming from yesterday's news recording, Grace, and this is actually where I started yesterday. I started writing you a letter, started the podcast, but never finished, so I'll read it out to you now, and then I'll be done with April 24th, 2024, 11:53 p.m. Dear Grace, I'm taking a day off from your podcast to exercise my fingers. The audio for this letter is electronic, then I'm resting my voice for stage. I'm nearly ready to stand up, Grace. I'm not sure of the delay. Maybe I'm not hungry enough. My solution, Grace, is to fast. I'm going to stop eating until either I get up on stage or I see you again, in real life, not my dreams. Talked about this in my past letters, Grace. I think when you're without food, your mind works overtime to find food. However, since my mind knows it can get food anytime it wants, it redirects the urgency to find food into an urgency to write or to find you. I'm listening to Joe Rogan as I write this to you, Grace. I'm 99% sure his podcast has and will change the world more than any other source of information. They're talking about marriage on the episode. If you marry me the day you meet me, Grace, it's a decent marriage story, no? Good enough for Joe? Do you think we'll ever be on his podcast, Grace? I'm glad a comedian is changing the world. Joe's talking about the difficult in writing. No shit. I'm glad I took a break from writing you, Grace, but I also miss it. I said in the news I'll use Joe and continue to comment if that's okay with you, Grace. You don't mind? Joe quoted Hemingway, "The first draft of everything is shit." Hemingway. Joe mentioned this quote, but I disagree. I think the first draft is a true story and intention. It may not read well, it may be full of typos and spelling mistakes like my work, but it's true and honesty. It's true and honest. However, honesty and rawness doesn't sell. No publisher will publish a first draft with errors. I understand to a degree, but how about include the first draft, or put the first draft online, or do what I do, put every draft online, and let the public decide which they like better. Why hold back, or let them see the progression? Hopefully I'm speaking a little louder, Grace, so the background noise isn't such a pain in the ass. So definitely leave that fucking window open. Joe suggests everyone runs a mile a day. I don't disagree. I don't have the desire to run at the moment, Grace. Maybe one day. I'm running after you. Does that count? I thought about this morning. And what he should suggest. See how long it can take before I can say two S words together. What he should suggest is that fuck. Anyway, small coughing break. Maybe the coughing break can be the applause break. No sirens come by. Interesting fact, when it rains, I can't hear the trains, only the cars. The rain on the tree, that sound breaks the connection, I guess, to the train area. Fascinating stuff, I know. Anyways, I don't disagree with Joe, but I think what would be better is if everyone had sex for an hour a day, which would also, well, would give them their cardio, assuming they moved a lot, didn't just sit there and soak, and would also clear their mind, which running can do as well. But running by yourself is a fuck of a lot more boring than having sex with someone. So that's my suggestion for Joe. Joe talks about a female android you can have sex with. See, there we go. He should have just combined these two. His logic is a large percentage of men in America are not having sex, and this would give them something to have sex with. According to Joe, women won't be interested in a fuck robot. He's probably correct, or at least they won't take their robo-mate outside. They'll probably leave him in their closet. I think, Grace, it would be easier if... and that's where I stopped. So that's the letter I was going to write, but I was happy with the recording. I'm not going to bother. So, we got 13 minutes to kill, or whatever, 23. Let's go back to the news. Research uncover parallel universe in tomato genetics. See, this is why I hate physics.org, because this is not going to be a parallel universe. Motherfuckers. Tomato tar. I should actually take that one off the list, but then who would I bitch at? Researchers show it's possible to teach old magnetic cilia new tricks. I wanted to work on something that didn't exist. Okay, that's a good start. Polina Anikiva, PhD, 09. Oh, we're going to start putting the year of her PhDs up now. Followed by her ultra-thin brain probes with tools to study the gut-brain connection. And now leads an MIT Research Center investigation neural pathways throughout the body. When I'm fasting, Grace, does that mean my gut biome doesn't exist? Or it's just sitting there doing nothing? I'm serious about this 09 thing. Is that a thing now? Definitely a lot of work in Parkinson's disease, but that makes sense. All the baby boomers are worried they're going to get it, so they're dumping their money into the research. Scientists develop novel one-dimensional superconductor. Frustrating. Metro Vancouver shuts down hike rave due to significant concerns. What does that have to do with Metro Vancouver? Oh, sorry, I'm confusing Metro Vancouver with transit. And Metro Vancouver might actually be a place. I think we read about that a week ago or something. The wake-up call. Life evaluations among youth at record low. The wake-up call. That's good. Get the wake up call early. You don't have to wait till you're an old fuck like me. Guess he doesn't want us to read this. I was sad yet not surprised when I read the U.S. drop from the 15th happiest country in the world to 23rd in the latest World Happiest report. Well, no wonder they can't agree on anything. I mean, literally living in the U.S., it's like you'd have to watch your mouth on every single thing you say, because you never know if someone's going to be far left or far right. They're all searching for their fucking identity. Still a little grumpy, Grace. Vast DNA tree of life for plants revealed by global science team using 1.8 billion letters of genetic code, I would think, but okay, good. Got one right, Grace. One for me. The 16 messages that led to love. I've sent you a lot more than 16 fucking messages, Grace. I'm still sitting here alone. The messages that led to love. Illustrations by Tara Booth. Getting to know someone used to take many forms: handwritten letters, phone conversations, in-person heart-to-hearts. Today we text, we slide into DMs. Dating apps and social media have made it effortless to start a conversation. Still, it can be hard to know what exactly to say. We ask readers of the Modern Love column to share the early messages, the banter, emojis, and wit that made them fall for each other. Oh, this is so fucking sweet. The test... Jesus, can't read italics. The text below are from real threads that have been carefully excavated, screen grabbed from the phones of readers. They've been lightly edited and reanimated for clarity and your enjoyment. Lightly edited. Fixed tips. We start. This is kind of interesting, Grace. I'll read this out today. Who gives a fuck? We started unremarkably with a lot of awkward haze back and forth, but it turned into something truly amazing some months later. My dad was in hospice, and Bill, now my husband, was determined to make me laugh for even 1 second. He got a tattoo to match my avatar, a badly taxidermied sassy bobcat, and made that tattoo his avatar. You have to see it. Together 10 years. We were married a year later. I'm sure I got that one. Oh, I get it. Sorry. I'm left-handed, which... interesting. Could do like text messages. I'm left-handed, so which agent? I know that word. Can't fucking say it. Sinister, definitely diabolical witchcraft. Adjacent. Hope you didn't go to Catholic school. Ha ha ha. Hope you didn't get molested. New to dating apps. I put on my profile that I was a witchcraft historian. His response was perfect. I was excited that not only did he have a sense of humor, he also knew accurate, esoteric details and was keen to chat. We met up right away, and he told me about the time he stayed at a satanic murderous Airbnb after I lost my phone. He thought I ghosted him. We finally saw each other again for weeks later, a last-minute meeting weeknight. Oh man, that's too hard to read. Did you know that when the fetus is in the mother, some of the mother's cells will cross the placenta and into the fetus and vice versa, and the cells will differentiate, become part of the other person. So your mom has some of your cells, and you have some of your mom's cells in you. And your mom has some of me in her last night. Sorry, that was uncalled for. I'm sure your mother is a lovely person. Wow. Typical North Jerseyan behavior. His best friend has a YouTube channel that I've been following for a while. I think I'm reading these backwards. Too much. Back to the news. But I've definitely sent you more than 16 messages, so just say. Make light feel a magnetic field like making light feel a magnetic field like an electron would. Huh. Billionaire Jeff Yass linked to 16 million in donations to anti-Muslim and pro-Israel groups. Scientists say they discovered an ancestral home of all human. They've discovered ancestral home of all human beings. Definitively, I'm sure they just got videotape of it. Oh, see, cast out. It's almost shit. Don't much know. Blah blah blah. Just fine-tuning the old theory. Who knows? Or we could say this version of humans came from there. Who knows? Who cares even? Our lives are so fucking easy, all we do is think about the past. There's a parenting style that works for hikikomori. City of Vancouver loses legal fight over firefighters' sick days. Scientists discover method to prevent coalescence in immiscible liquids. Immiscible. Quantum computer meets genomics. The dawn of hyperfast DNA analysis. Okay, there we go. So I was talking about. We need instant DNA recognition somehow. A NASA rover has reached a promising place to search for fossilized life on Mars. Yeah, we read that yesterday. Will you release the results? There's no reason why every single piece of data coming from that rover back to Earth shouldn't be available to every single person on Earth to analyze as they fucking please. But we're NASA, we're so great. Only we can analyze data. Fuck you. I've arrived. Israel unveils house chore humanoid robot. And then we know what they're gonna do with those next. Yeah, fighting robots in 5 years. Headless humanoid robot. I'm just saying. Just think about my idea. Three nations to save the world. Simple as that. End all war. There's 3 nations on this planet that could save millions of lives. But all the cunts in charge won't. Fucking bastards. Video. Ingenious EEWC robot uses a tape measure to climb quickly. AI detects deepfake video fingerprints. So we use AI to generate it, and then we use AI to detect it. because we all know that this is going to be a fucking issue. Cat exposure during early life could double schizophrenia risk, meta-analysis suggests. Yeah, they're talking about Topsil. DNA analysis spanning 9 generations of people reveals marriage practices of mysterious warrior culture. Researchers reconstructed the relationship among 300 Avars, people from a 1500-year-old mysterious warrior culture in the Carpathian Basin. Horse and a young man. Yep, they're swingers. There you go. A new analysis of the remains suggests that men stayed put while women married into the culture, and that it is common for people to have multiple partners. Dude, they had sex for an hour a day. So I'm not sure how they determined how they lived based on their burial things, but I suppose I could read and find out, but I don't think so. Here's this kind's image shows single lithium atoms turning into quantum waves. Fuck is a quantum wave? Boston Dynamics new electric Atlas versus Tesla's Optimus Prime video. I'd like to watch this. Let's see if we can. This better fucking work. Got a little pop-up ad there. I'm not sure if this will record the system audio or not, so you may hear a echo there, Grace.
There's a new humanoid robot in town, and it moves like a contortionist RoboCop. Today we're going to take a look at Boston Dynamics' next-generation Atlas robot and see how it compares to Tesla's Optimus. Let's get into it. Boston Dynamics' new Atlas humanoid robot emerges just as the company retires its original Atlas, now called HD Atlas. The new Atlas is fully electric, a departure from the hydraulics that powered HD Atlas.
I think that's a good call in the face. Don't make it look fucking humanoid, it's too creepy. Plus that big circle, that's like a ring light, so you can just walk up and take your picture.
Boston Dynamics has also introduced some new features, most notably the ability to move in superhuman ways. Boston Dynamics says it made this new Atlas to be, quote, stronger, more dexterous, and more agile. Will the new Atlas compete with its fellow humanoid robots like the Tesla Bot and Digit from Agility Robotics in doing warehouse work? Or is it aiming to play a different role? In their press release, Boston Dynamics gave some hints. New grippers are in development that could serve a variety of functions, and the new design signals the company's move toward commercialization. The classic version of Atlas has become internet famous through a series of videos showing it dancing, flipping, doing parkour, and taking one heck of a beating. Not to be outdone, Elon also chose dancing as a method for introducing Tesla's humanoid robot. Unlike the Tesla Bot, which has had commercialization as its end goal from the start, HD Atlas was more of a research platform for exploring movement, testing robustness, and possible use cases. Much of the testing footage we've seen from these companies reflects that. For example, Tesla Bot is often shown performing various types of labor, with the occasional yoga pose thrown in, whereas Boston Dynamics promotional videos for HD Atlas tended to focus on the robot's capabilities, with the occasional work task thrown in. That being said, Boston Dynamics is certainly no newcomer to the commercial robotics field. Spot, its surveillance, patrol, and monitoring robot, has been
That's about my attention span, Grace, so hope like conversations that go back and forth and around Expert-defying anomaly. Scientists discovered 2D discovered 2D nanomaterial with counterintuitive expanding properties. Fox journalist among dozens arrested at Texas University as protests swell. What's this about the... Protesters belong in jail. Fuck their rights. Violently? I bet you anything it wasn't violently. See, they walked out of class. Carrying signs, chanting. Sounds pretty violent. Now, where does the violence start? Holding batons. I command you in the name of the people of the state of Texas to disperse. What a cunt. What a bunch of fucking cunts. Hey, Greg Abbott, you're a fucking cunt. And they're fucking idiots, because all they've done now is made it a bigger fucking story. Otherwise, the press would have just reported it, and nobody would have fucking known. Actually, the press would have just reported it minorly, and nobody would have fucking known. That's all cops' fault, to a degree. And that governor can kiss my ass. Probably barely get into Texas, but that's okay. People who do these jobs are 40% less likely to end up with cognitive impairment. Ooh, 3 minutes. It's time to sign up for that art or cookery class. Crack open the book of brain teasers or puzzlers, or try once again to master Italian or Germany. Use it or lose it. Agreed. Although unfortunately I've lost mine. People are surprisingly hesitant to reach out to old friends. Communications, psychology. I understand that. Ultrasensitive photonic crystal detects signal particles down to 50 nanometers. Ultrasensitive photonic crystal detects single particles down to nanometers. Would the rule of thumb in the Fallout TV series actually work? If someone uses these 9 phrases in a conversation, they're secretly a narcissist. Perfect. We'll end on that, Grace. Let's find out if I'm a narcissist. I'm not like other people. I think everyone should say that. Everyone should. That applies to everyone, and that's a good thing. I'm not like other people. Fuck other people. I mean, the narcissists believe they're special, unique, and can only be understood or should be understood. Yeah, fuck that. Just be yourself. Nobody does it better than me. I don't do anything, so. I can't believe you would do this to me. Nobody's doing anything to me. You're too sensitive. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I got a lot of empathy. Unless you're being a cunt. I got none. Enough about you, let's talk about me. Is that it? I guess so. Well, I'll let you decide, Grace. Am I or am I not a narcissist? Talk to you tomorrow.